Hello, it's Rachel at From Moments to Milestones. We have a new 3-card class kit. This is featuring the washi tape from Pink Fresh Studios. This is Flowers for the Soul. And I put this washi tape on some white cardstock, die cut them, and then created these 3 cards. We got 2 sets of the washi tape to create these 3 cards. We added some other dies and cover plate dies from Pink Fresh, but we're going to make these 3 cards. If you purchase a kit, you always get a picture of each card, written instructions, and then on the back I've listed all the dies and products I use to create the kits. So we will jump in with this one here. Yes, you can. In your kit as well, you should have, I'm wondering where mine's at. You should have a package of die cut words. I kind of have the opposite, so yours will be white with gold embossing. I have a set here that is, we use the Pink Fresh, the solid plate, and use the negatives and made these, so maybe I'll use those because I'm not sure where I place those. That's fine. Anyway, in your kit, I was saying that to tell you that you have a variety of sentiments to choose from. So if you don't like the one I chose, you can pick a different one. You can leave it off until you're ready to give it out, whatever you want to do. You can always stamp something of your own. So you will need that little bit of, that little bag of sentiments as well as your kit. So we will start with this first one. You do have a little gem here, I don't want to lose, and some crochet thread. You probably are going to need to, I'm going to go in and poke out all those little chads from the die. So do that quickly. Okay, so I poked out all those little chads, and then we're just going to glue that right on to that basket weave panel there. So I'm just going to put glue onto this frame. Probably just go in between each hole. I'm just going to lay my frame right on top. Should just fit. All right, so we have that on there, and then that piece is just going to go onto the center of your white card base. I didn't pop it up. You could if you wanted. So that's on there, and then this one's going to be real easy. We are going to take this crochet thread, and I'm just going to wrap it around once. Oops. Just going around the base of that floral arrangement, and then I'm just going to tie a bow. I like to use my tweezers to hold that for me. And then I'm just going to pull it tight and get it the length I want and cut off the excess. All right, I'm happy with that bow. I'm just going to trim off the excess. And then I'm going to put a little glue, oops, in the center, or a lot. And this gem is going to go right on top, and that'll keep your bow from coming undone. The bow has sticky on it, but I'm going to add wet glue just to make sure it doesn't move. And that dries clear, so it'll be fine. And then I'm going to flip this over. I did pop up this floral arrange it, so I'm going to put some foam on the back. All right, I've removed all the backing from the foam, and I'm just going to lay that down. In the center of the frame. Looks good to me. All right, and then we can go ahead and choose. I picked the Yes You Can. Let's see. They're so proud of you. Way to go. Best wishes. You're the best. Many thanks. You're on my mind. There's lots of choices here. And so you're just going to glue that straight down and put any foam on the outside. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm not sure that I like all that gold with the gold frame until I find my actual sentiments. But you would go ahead and stick that sentiment of your choice kind of off to here to the right, and then that card is finished. Okay, our next card is So Proud of You. And you do have some gems in there, so you want to be careful you don't lose those. You should have 3. Not sure where my other one went. We'll find it. Okay. So I'm going to start by placing this, I want to say it's called something with a lattice in it. This is a pink fresh cover plate die, and I'm just going to glue that onto my white card base. Line that up and let it drop. And if you have a heavy black to put over it, I would suggest that. Helps it keep flat while it dries. And then what we're going to do is, these are images from that washi tape, and we're just gonna, I did not use any foam on this. You could if you wanted. I just lined them up on the right side of the card. So I know this guy is here. And then you have these two that are the same. We've got one up here and one coming from here. Right. And then this one I have like this. It's kind of on a V shape, upside down V, and that gets tucked in there. So we have this other little yellow piece, and so I think I don't want to get too far and then have to glue everything. So let's see. You have 2 of these blue leaves. One's gonna come behind here, and everything's looking good so far. So I am going to go ahead and start gluing some of this down. We'll do this one. There's a little something that needs poked out. Okay. Just like so. Now this one I think you could pop up if you wanted to. I was just trying to avoid some bulk. I know it can be difficult to mail cards with lots of bulk, so these flowers look great just layered up. And I have quite a bit left on my roll. I cut 17 card kits from it, and I still have quite a bit to go. probably 18 by the time it's all said and done. I cut some extras and played around, but you can see I have probably a good 1/8 of an inch left of washi on there. So get lots and lots of cards from one set. And so here I didn't like the way those, you can see the edges of those stem. I'm just going to put this little bit right there. Let's see, this little red one looks like it's right there. So let's tuck that in. And there's all kinds of arrangements. You want to try your own arrangement? Then that is totally fine. Yeah, that's not going to work. I think I have it right in here. Yep. So I'll do that. I'm going to snip off the bottom just because I should have put that in while the glue was still wet. And then I believe this one here is going to be right in here somewhere. Wherever I actually think this time I'm going to put it here. I'm going to try to tuck it behind. That looks good. And so there's that. You can see it looks a little different, and that's okay. Same idea. And then this one I use So Proud of You. I think I'm going to put Best Wishes on this one, and I'm going to go ahead with that gold. This washi tape does have gold foiling in it, so the gold is a nice touch. I am going to try to pop that up. All right, I got my foam on there, and I'm just going to tuck this in here. It fits just nice right there. And then you should have 3 gems. You're just going to place around the sentiment. I, at the moment, have 2, but I will find another one. I never did find that. Sometimes they get stuck, or I might have lost it during class when I pulled out my kit. So that finishes that card. Okay, our final kit. This card says You're the Best. You will also have 3 little gems in this kit. You should have an embossed, or it looks almost stitched panel, and a gold frame. So we are going to glue the frame to the white card base. We just, I cut the frame from the first card from the inside of this. So it's just a good way to conserve your specialty cardstock. Nobody's going to know that we have a big hole in the middle. And we're just going to have a little bit of gold trim on the edge. So this piece should fit down. You'll just have a little piece of gold sticking out all around. And it's up to you if you want your scallops going up or down. I have mine down, but it's up to you. That's preference. I'm going to put a block on that and try to keep those edges down. Okay. And now we're going to pull out our floral pieces. Oh look, there's my gem from my other card. I have 4 here and I only need 3, so I'll make sure to put that back on. All right. And if you're following along, I already made a mistake. This piece was not supposed to go on yet. So lucky me, it didn't adhere. If it did on yours, I apologize. And I forgot that I want to put these pieces on and then trim off the edges. So you still could do that. It's just going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to put this down on so I don't get my thing all gummy. All right, so we're going to start down here in the lower left corner, and I know this big piece goes here, and I'm going to have it hang off the white. And then here we have those two flowers. Make sure I'm on screen here. You have those two flowers there, like so. And then the little yellow. Okay. Now, I do have this and this, so these two pieces popped up. It's up to you if you don't want to. It looks fine if it's not. It does make it a little bit harder to trim it off with the foam, but it's fine. I like to get it where I want it. I think that's dry back there now. And then flip it over and take a pencil and just kind of draw lines. Then I know where I need my foam. So I already put foam all over the back of that, not thinking about this piece here, and I think I'm just not going to pop that one up. So let's go ahead and just glue that one on. I'm going to kind of set this where I wanted it, which is right in there. All right. And then you have two of these. So one of them I'm going to use up here, just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue that one down. And then you have a little red flower there. So I'm going to glue that one down as well. Okay, I'm going to pull this foam off and glue this piece down, and then we'll trim off the edges. All right, so let's get that right where I want it. That looks good. And then we're going to flip it over. I did get a little, I moved the placement. That's okay. So we're just going to use some straight edge scissors and go right along the edge and trim that off. Okay. All right, so there's that lower left corner, and now we're going to focus on the top right. So this piece just naturally goes there. And this one I also popped up. So I'm going to flip it over, draw in some pencil lines, and then I'm just going to put some foam up there. And before I do that, I'm just going to lay that there. Oops, wrong corner, Rachel. Right there. And then I have this little piece here. It's going to get tucked under there. This piece is over here. Now this is extra. On my card, it's probably the only die cut I didn't use. Like I said, I put that sheet out twice. So you got two of everything. Let's See how that fits in there like so. So you could totally tuck this in. I might actually opt it out for this one. And if you don't want to use it, you don't have to either. I feel like you don't need it. I have You're the Best, so out of your the So Proud of You fits in there really nice. Many Thanks would also fit in there well. I'm going to go ahead and put this down ever so lightly so I can tuck stuff in behind it. All right, and then this one, I believe I have in there just like that. Now, let's trim it off and see how it looks. And I think that looks just great. I'm going to get out I think I'm going to use Way to Go. This would be a really pretty, maybe. Let's see if it fits in there good. Would be a pretty, I can't spit it out, graduation card. I don't like the way that two comes down there. It doesn't fit as nice. So I don't think I will. Or we'll just go back. Let's do So Proud of You. That would also work really well for graduation. So I'm going to put some foam on the back of that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I think I'm going to use dry adhesive to make sure it's down there good. Get that centered on there. Okay. So there's that, and then I used So Proud of You, but whatever sentiment you want to use from your little bag of sentiments. All right, I've got all the backing removed, and I'm just gonna go in there and center that. All right, that looks great. And then you have your 3 little gems, and I just centered those around the sentiment. We'll do the big one on the bottom. And the 2 smaller ones at the top, but whatever is pleasing to your eye. These are tiny. I think I'll use my tweezers. All right. And that finishes that card. All right, guys, that does it for this class. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this class if you got a kit, or you just enjoyed following along if you didn't. Again, this is the Flowers for the Soul card class kit featuring this washi tape from Pink Fresh Studio. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer any questions. And I will leave a link below as well. If you're interested in a kit, you can look us up at frommomentstomilestone.com and find a kit there. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.